Welcome to another episode of Gary Warr Presents. Today's adventure takes us on a fascinating journey to Kenya. The story begins in Nairobi and leads us on safari to two world-class national parks, Lake Nakuru and Masai Mara. Without delay, please join me for my presentation, Kenya. Welcome to Kenya, and welcome to the Mary George Curio Shop. There's nothing like a little shopping to loosen up after a long plane ride. As you can see, they've got just about anything you might need. They've got food, they've got clothing, they've got house furnishings. If they don't have it at the Mary George Curio Shop, you just don't need it. This is downtown Nairobi, and this is the main mosque in town. The chief religion is Muslim. We are now just outside the city, and we can see a panoramic view of downtown Nairobi. Kenya has a country of 30 million people, 30% are literate, the main language is Swahili, and the currency is the shilling. Here we are at the snake park. You can see we have crocodiles and land turtles, as well as snakes, of course. Snakes are very prevalent throughout the country, and as you can see from this sign, they're very poisonous. And as you can see from this film, they are very big. Fortunately, the snakes have a sense of humor. Here we are at the main vehicle from which we'll be traveling the country and going on safari. The top pops up so that we can take photographs and better see the wildlife. We've stopped along the road at a coffee plantation. Coffee is one of the major exports of the country, and Kenya is well known for its coffee beans. And here's an overview of the Rift Valley, which is formed by a 6,000-mile crack in the Earth's crust stretching from Lebanon to Mozambique. The most dramatic section of this crack divides Kenya into two segments. The subterranean forces that cause the divide are formed by a process known as rifting, and of course this is where they get the name, the Rift Valley. Welcome to Lake Nakuru. This is a game reserve which is mainly known for its pink flamingos. There are more pink flamingos in Lake Nakuru than anywhere else on Earth. These are the huts where we'll be staying. And here we've just gotten our key. You can see we're very happy to be settling in after a long ride. You'll notice the netting around the bed. This is more than just decoration. There are bugs of all description everywhere. Yes, they have lunch in Kenya. Birds are everywhere in Kenya, and these blue iridescent blackbirds are amongst the most interesting. Let me introduce you to my new friends, the pink flamingos of Lake Nakuru. As you can see, it must be Saturday because they're taking their bath. Grab your soap. Here's another overview of Lake Nakuru. Very beautiful, very serene. There's almost no population to speak of. You see an occasional farmhouse as you see here. The best time to see the animals is either at sunrise in the morning or at dusk in the evening. That's when they come out to feed. Here we can see some giraffes. Come on, let's get a good seat. The entertainment's about to start. Believe me, I know there's probably a trick to this, but these flames are real and hot. I certainly would not want to try this anytime soon. If this looks dangerous, trust me it is. I could feel the flames sitting in the audience. Shish kebab, anyone? How'd you like to make a living doing this? Masamara, here we come. This is the northern continuation of the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. It's best known for an exceptional population of game animals. As you can see, we have many elephants present throughout the park. Elephants can live up to 70 years old and range in weight from 10 to 14,000 pounds, as much as a school bus. And that's with the kids. And now I'd like you to meet my new friend, Mr. Cape Buffalo, one of the most dangerous game animals in Africa. Interestingly, a zebra's stripes are as unique as a man's fingerprints. There are no two alike. I'd sure like to know who did this paint job. This is a herd of wildebeest, which are very abundant throughout the park. You can see in the distance that there is a dust storm brewing. These are very common out on the plains. These are two cheetahs going off on a hunt. And now for some Maasai warrior entertainment. Afterwards, we've decided to enjoy ourselves and talk about our day's experiences at a fire pit. I can't describe how exciting it is to be in the wilds of Africa in the evening with a full moon at a fire pit. As you can see, it's going to be a beautiful day. The sun's rising. There are hot air balloons in the distance. Birds are out. Meet the hippos. Let me give you a few facts about them. They can grow up to 3.5 tons in size. They live for 50 years, and they're strictly vegetarian. We're just having a little reunion here with our cousins, the monkeys. It's siesta time for these two rhinos, resting under the shade of a tree. Rhinos live to be approximately 35 years old and can range in size from 1 to 2 tons. They too are vegetarians. Unfortunately, 90% of the rhino population has been lost since 1970 due to poaching. And now we meet the Maasai. In total, they number 900,000. They are an indigenous tribe of semi-nomads. Unfortunately, they are dwindling in numbers, as it is very difficult to maintain their traditional ways in today's world. Here I am handing out pens to some of the children. For some reason, pens are a very valuable commodity out here in the bush. Next time, I'll bring more. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation, and I thank you for watching.
I'm